Hi everyone, Zoe here from Make It Crafty. Today I'm going to show you colouring hair. I just absolutely love these new little Tilda images from Magnolia, and I especially love the way that their hair flows in these new designs. But when I first got them, I was a little bit unsure and a bit hesitant how I was going to colour them until I sort of came up with a way that was working for me, and I got a few people asking questions, so I thought I would share my quick and simple way of colouring these gorgeous flowy hair. Just to help me get an understanding and get an idea of where the colours are going to be placed, I start with my C5 and work out where I'm going to have my highlights. So if I'm going to have my highlight here, for example, I just flick in like this, and then the same underneath, and all of these areas where it looks like it's coming in the curve, I just put a little bit here and then flick that down and flick that up, and then the same in here, just going to flick that up like so. But I'm leaving my highlighted areas because I'm going to start coming back over the top of this later. And work on one side at a time so that the ink is still wet as I'm playing with it. I'm going to come in with C7 and just go over this area in the center here and start to bring that up over my C5 without completely going over it. And then the same here, and then a little line in here, and then the same up here. And I'm actually going to come back in with my C5 at this point because I just want to make that a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to be a blob. At this point I want to flick, and I'm going to flick that out as well. The same here, just really light. The same here. I'm going to come in with my C9. C9's pretty dark, so I'm only going to use it sparingly, and it's just to really get that depth in here. But I'm going to flick it just a little bit. Doing the same here, just tiny little dabs, sort of like dots, I guess. Now in here, it's going to be dark as well. So I'm just going to come in with my C5 first, just so that I can see what it's going to look like. And you'll notice that I've sort of got a triangle happening here. So I'm happy for it to be a little bit darker here as it's closer to her face. And then I want the highlight just to be on the outside. Now the idea with black, people with black hair usually got really shiny hair, so you don't want to go over your highlight with any colour. But I'm going to come back in with C7. I'm just going to turn it around because I find it easier to work this way. And I just want to I don't want it to look too grey. So using my technique where I hold the pen right up and down so I can get really fine flicks, I'm just going to come in and do some really fine flicks with the C7 over that C5 to break it up a little bit. And I actually want it to go a little bit into that highlight area so that it's not just one great big line of white. But I've still got that highlight there, it's just broken up a little bit. And because I want this to be a bit dark, I'm just going to go over that again. But I'm using C7. And when you're in really fine areas, really tight, just use dots. Just to get that colour in there. And again, I just want to do some very fine flicks. And the lighter that I am, I might not actually touch the paper, but eventually I will. And that's what helps you get the really nice fine flicks. Just a matter of being patient. And always turn your paper and so that you're comfortable. You're not fighting against what you're doing. And it's important not to blend after you do this, because then you're going to lose the detail of all this little fine work that you've been doing. So that's one side done. So if we just do the same with the other side. Okay. So that's not too bad. Could be a little bit better. I was just worried that my hand was going to get in the way. For her fringe, I like to start with my lightest colour, and I just flick using the up and down, which is just going like this, really light. I do lots of little flicks, and I'm not very particular about where I'm putting them at this stage. You want it to look as though it's not uniform, because our hair is rarely uniform. So then I come from here, and I turn it around because it's just easy for me to flick this way. And the lighter that you are, the thinner your flicks will be, and the more detail it will look like you've got. I'm coming in with C7 now. I'm just going to keep doing the same. And then to help add some definition, I'll come in with C9. And again, I'm just doing these light flicks. And then slowly, as you're building up your colour, it starts to form. Then I'm going to come back in with my C5. Again, I'm not actually blending anything, it's just a matter of layering the colours up on each other. It's important that when you're doing flicks like this, if you want to show the detail, don't blend. You're just layering your colours, just to get that definition. And because she's got black hair, I'm leaving white areas just to give that shine. And that's how I am enjoying playing with these new little magnolia tildes and their gorgeous flowy hair. I hope that I've been able to show you this technique and you can go away and play yourself. Happy colouring, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.